Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Abdurahman Nur Fadilah. People usually call me Fadil or Abdur. I'm 18 years old, born in Bekasi, especially in South Tambun, and currently I live in Sarijadi. It's great to connect with all of you. Now, I'm currently studying at Politeknik Negeri Bandung, especially at Informatics Engineering. The experience has been both challenging and rewarding, and I'm learning so much every day. Growing up in Bekasi has shaped a lot of who I am. I've, I've always been curious, which led me to develop a passion for reading. I love diving into different worlds through books, whether it's fiction, non-fiction, or anything in between. In addition to reading, I'm a gamer. I enjoy exploring new games and connecting with friends online. Gaming has not only been a fun way to unwind, but it has also taught me valuable skills like teamwork and strategic thinking. Another hobby of mine is swimming. I find it refreshing and a great way to stay active. Whether I'm swimming for leisure or practice, being in the water is something I truly enjoy. And let me tell you about my learning journey. First, I was in Mutiara Hati Elementary School. It was an Islamic integrated elementary school that in South Tambun, Bekasi. At the first grade, I was always getting a bad grade, but at the second grade, that was my turn point because I started to get good grade and good rankings, and my ranking always getting better over time. But at the last grade or the sixth grade, my ranking has turned into the second ranking because of my laziness, and then I and then I come to Baitul Ilmi Islamic Junior High School. It was semi-Islamic boarding school, and I didn't learn about general learning like mathematics, Indonesian, English, or something else. But I studying about Islamic Islamic lessons like Arabic language, fiqh, nahu, akidah, and the others. And then I come to Bunyan Indonesia Islamic Boarding School. At this boarding school, I've met a lot of memorable friends because we've had like we've been staying together, living together at the same building for 3 years. And then at the Islamic boarding school, there's the activities is so different from the normal junior high school, normal senior high school. And then at the Islamic boarding school, I experienced my first time being a member of organization. Being member of organization is hard, but it was fun because I've met a lot of programs like a race in the Independent Day, and one of the best is Bfest. And at the Islamic boarding school, there's one day that been always historical in my life. That is when I pick up a Hafiz Quran at 9 May 2024. And then I will tell you about my hometown, that is Bekasi. Bekasi is divided to two areas, that is Bekasi City and Bekasi Regency. But in this time, I will tell you about all Bekasi. Bekasi is a city located in West Java, Indonesia, just to east of the capital, Jakarta. The location in Bekasi is situated approximately 25 kilometers from central Jakarta, making it significant suburban area for the capital city. The city covers about around 210 square kilometers for the city and 1000 kilometers for the regency, with a mix of urban and suburban environment. Has a long history with roots going back to the ancient kingdoms of Java. The modern city developed during the Dutch colonial period. The following Indonesian's independence, Bekasi experienced significant urbanization, particularly in the late 20th 20th century as more people moved from rural area to the city for jobs and opportunity. And Bekasi is known as an industrial center, hosting numerous factories and manufacturing plants, particularly in sectors like automotive, textiles, and electronics. Bekasi also called Patriot City because it has a good history and people of Bekasi is fighting the invaders. And Bekasi has a diverse population with a mix of ethnicities including Javanese, Sundanese, and Betawi. The population has been growing steadily with many residents commuting to Jakarta for work. The city boasts various cultural influences reflected in its festival, cuisine, and daily life. For the transportation, Bekasi is well connected to Jakarta and other surrounding areas through a network of roads and public transportation, including commuter trains or KRL and Trans Jabodetabek. But in Bekasi, there's traffic issues like many urban areas in Indonesia. Bekasi faces traffic congestion, particularly during peak hours, due to its proximity to Jakarta. The city is home to several educational institutions, including universities and vocational schools, contributing to the educational landscape of the region. One of the universities and vocational schools in Bekasi is STTD or Sekolah Tinggi Transportasi Darat. And for the weather and the atmosphere, Bekasi is very similar to Jakarta. It's hot, yet the temperature is high as not as cold in Bandung. And the cultural sites, Bekasi features several parks, monuments, and traditional markets that showcase local culture. Notable places include the Bekasi City Park and the Grand Mosque of Al Hidayah. The city offers recreational options such as water parks, shopping malls, and sport facilities, making it a vibrant place for residents and visitors. If you want to come to Bekasi from Bandung, it will approximately takes 3 hours with bus and maybe 2 hours with car. And if you already in Bekasi, you can come to Mall Metropolitan for Mall Metropolitan Bekasi, the oldest mall in Bekasi, for buying something, and you also can come to Lubang Buaya if you want to study the history of G30 SPKI. And then I will tell you about something that called iron. Iron is used for ironing your clothes so it will make your clothes is not crumpled. And iron, the front part is made of steel and the back part and the rest of it is made of plastic. There's a lot of type of iron. There is a normal iron, steaming iron, and this is what is the steaming iron because we can put a perfume inside of it. And then this iron weight is about 0.78 kilograms, and for its height it's maybe around 30 centimeters. And this iron is, and I will teach you about, and I will teach you how to use this iron. First, you must connect this iron into the electricity. If we already connect it to the electricity, this light should be on, and this iron is Philips feather light. And if we already turn on the iron, we can setting the iron with this part. We can set the heat if we are ironing the thin clothes. We can use the lowest heat, and if we want to heat the if we want to iron the thick clothes, we can use the full heat. And then you can put the perfume in here, so you can turn it like this and put some perfume in it and close it. While ironing, you can put your perfume with these two buttons. For the left button is for straight perfume, and the right button is for spreading perfume. And usually this cost maybe around 30,000 rupiah, 300,000 rupiah. And this iron is very useful because we can look more polite if our clothes is not crumpled. And then maybe that's all for me. Thank you, and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Next, I will tell you about someone that is special, that makes me feel amazed to science. Long time ago, March 14, 1879, in Ulm, Germany, there's a child born named Albert Einstein. He was the first child of Hermann Einstein and Pauline Einstein. His family moved to Munich, where his father and uncle ran an electrical engineering business. From a young age, Einstein showed a keen interest in mathematics and science. Though he often struggled with the rigid education system of his time. Einstein attended the Polytechnic Institute in Zurich, Switzerland, where he studied physics and mathematics. After graduating in 1900, he struggled to find a teaching position and eventually took a job at the Swiss Patent Office in Bern. This job allowed him the time to work on his theories in his spare time. In 1905, often referred as his Annus Mirabilis or Miracle Year, Einstein published 4 groundbreaking papers. These include the photoelectric effect, introduced by the concept that light can be both a wave and a particle, for which he later received the Nobel Prize in Physics at 1921. And then Brownian motion provided evidence for the existence of atoms by explaining the random movement of particles in a fluid. Special theory of relativity proposed that the laws of physics are the same for all non-accelerating objects, and introduced the famous equation which illustrates the equivalence of mass and energy. Mass, energy, and equivalence established the relationships between mass and energy, changing our understanding of physics forever. Einstein's work gained him recognition and he accepted a position at the University of Berlin in 1914. During this time, he expanded his theory of relativity to include gravity, culminating the general theory of relativity in 1915. This theory revolutionized our understanding of gravity and the structure of the universe. Einstein became a global icon advocating for civil rights, pacifism, and scientific collaboration. He was a vocal critic of war and nationalism and supported Zionism, eventually helping to establish the Hebrew University of Jerusalem. In 1933, as the Nazis rose to power in Germany, Einstein emigrated to the United States, where he took a position at the for Advanced Study in Princeton, New Jersey. He lived there until his death on April 18, 1955. Einstein's theories laid the foundation for modern physics and transforms our understanding of time, space, and the universe. His legacy extends beyond science. He remains a symbol of creativity, intellect, and humanitarian values. Today, his name is synonymous with genius, and his contribution continue to influence fields such as cosmology, quantum mechanics, and even philosophy.